Okay, I just checked to see if there was an echo. There wasn't just now when I did a test run. If there is, I don't know what's going on because I checked yesterday, there wasn't, and then the more I pressed pause, and when I unpressed pause, there was an echo. So I don't know what's actually happening, why that's happening. Okay, so I'm making a video right now. I know I'm still wearing the same hoodie. It is what it is. Like I said, I have like a week-long hoodie, and sometimes I change the shirts underneath, sometimes I don't. Whatever. I just don't care anymore. But what I'm doing right now is I'm talking about all the things that don't make any freaking sense. Um, First things first is going to be movie business. I may interject with some new stuff right now. It is 6 p.m. on the dot on May 5th. I am not from areas that really celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I, as an Arrested Development fan, was more likely to celebrate the Cinco de Cuatro, but I don't drink either way, so, you know. Jessica Walter, I hope was up there celebrating yesterday. But, yeah. So, what's going on? Well, as I'm seeing right now, the news, of course, is coming on BBC. I got BBC World News on, and they're talking about Facebook upholding the Trump ban. Who cares? I never had a Facebook. I think President Trump was making his own. He showed up with some kind of website yesterday. So, whatever. This guy on here, we're talking about Pakistan's got the best hair. Anyways, last night, I'm on Twitter, of course. I check Twitter still. I want to know what's going on in the world. I want to know what's going on. So, it says, fans are celebrating Henry Cavill's birthday. Or preparing to celebrate, something like that. And I've said on another video, I sort of was a fan, off and on. I don't know what it is with that guy. 1 minute I like him, the next minute it's like something comes across as disingenuous. But when I really started paying attention, in the beginning I didn't pay attention at all. I had gone to see Man of Steel, came out of there hating the movie, wrote a thing on IMDb, wrote a thing on my own little blog. Both of them I complained about the whole movie, and I didn't mention him at all. So he was just kind of there. And like I said, I didn't become a fan until The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I really liked. And I felt like, oh wait, he does have a personality, which was not portrayed in the Man of Steel movie at all. And then I watched The Tudors, which I liked. But then most of the stuff he's been in, I don't like at all. What I have seen in the time since I started paying attention was that he has built up an incredible fan base, almost doing nothing. People started catching on to him. I don't know exactly how. I know he was going to be in The Witcher, and there was a point, this is kind of the point where I was really paying attention, where he wasn't making a lot of noise. Everybody was wondering, is he still Superman? You know, because people liked him as Superman, but nobody, I think, felt like he had been given a proper film or whatever. I think he gained some of the popularity from that Mission Impossible movie. And that movie caused the problem with the mustache, which had to be, don't ask, I'll never understand why you can't shave a mustache and grow it back. Anyway, because of the Zack Snyder situation and the reshoots, he had to keep his mustache from Mission Impossible while he was doing the reshoots for Superman, and they had to paint it out. Whether it looks stupid or not, I will never understand how that had to happen. Who was the jerk there? Was it him? Was it Christopher McQuarrie? I mean, how can you not? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not saying people can grow mustaches like that, but whatever. So, all that went on. I wasn't completely paying attention, but I do believe there was an issue with him doing one of those end credit scenes for Shazam, which was a great movie. I liked it a lot. That wasn't him. He was Superman at the time. That was supposed to be him. If it was negotiations, I don't know. But for some reason, the guy that cast as Superman in the Zack Snyder universe, which I don't like the Zack Snyder universe, and I don't feel like him portraying Superman should have depended on Zack Snyder's vision, because Zack Snyder's vision sucked, and I said that before. But Henry Cavill really looks the part of Superman Clark Kent. And from what I've seen of him in other things, he's actually an affable guy and a fun guy. So to just be posed because he looks good in the suit, to me, was a disservice. And he should have had a shot as Superman without Zack Snyder. Because Zack Snyder's Superman is stunk. The Man of Steel pissed off everybody who liked Superman before. There were some people who, for whatever reason, liked Zack Snyder's direction. Like I said, I liked Watchmen. But that was very much something on the page brought to the screen. So like I said, maybe Zack Snyder can be a good director as long as you don't let him have his vision. Because his ideas and his vision sucks. What he wants to make a movie about sucks. His way of doing a story sucks. He can visually bring something pleasing to the eye up on screen. That's my opinion. Okay? But in terms of role for Henry Cavill, even, Jesus Christ, Lois Lane, Amy Adams. Woman should have an Oscar by now. Incredibly talented. Amazing singer. Been nominated so many times. And she did nothing as Lois Lane. I don't even know why Lois Lane was a redhead. Why didn't it cast her as the other one? Whatever. Point is, so far, Superman in this incarnation, as directed by Zack Snyder or Joss Whedon in the Joss Whedon version, I said it before, was much better, in my opinion. The Superman parts of it, you can hate the story, think it's hokey. I come from hokey Superman. I come from a hokey Superman, hokey Batman. I'm old school. Everything was supposed to be dark and sad. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy was aces. But he knew what he was doing. He's Christopher Nolan. Why he ended up producing this hot mess, and I don't know if he okayed that shit or what, but... And there's a whole thing going on there at Warner Brothers. This is what I'm saying. I am a person who went to the movies. I probably paid way too much attention and should have paid attention to my own life. I don't know why. Maybe I can't mind my own business. But I've been paying attention to movies very closely for about 25 years. Is it a distraction? Should I have done something with my life? Probably. But because I've been paying attention, I know a lot of history that is just in here. I don't have to look stuff up. I don't have to research stuff. I know actors since forever. I know the crap they were in the Enquirer about. I know all kinds of crap that's just useless garbage in my head where it might be nice to know, like, I don't know, a trade. But I don't. This is the shit I know about. So, again, there was a point, like, let's say the last couple years where I was actually paying attention to what Henry Cavill was up to. So, I saw in the last year, I mean, he did nothing in over the lockdowns. This is kind of why I don't like him, because there were a lot of celebrities who, like I said, they just sold things to people during lockdown, and guilt by association in that case, because the one actor who I really came to despise over lockdown for shilling his alcohol, they were in close association. And I feel like to some degree, Mr. Cavill has been following that pattern, which I don't think is a good one. Dwayne Johnson, when he was better known as The Rock, was actually a cooler guy. And he may have had less money and not been as famous and not been running for president or whatever he's doing now. But he was talented. The guy can sing. He was doing all kinds of stuff. There was a point in time where... What was that movie he was in? With, the guy who made Donnie Darko. Anyway, he can do acting if he wants. He can be, I mean, he stunk up Jumanji. I didn't see the first Jumanji. I just saw the one that came out last year or the last time I was in the theater, so say 2019. I went because I didn't have anything to watch that day. And he was terrible in it. And that was unexpected for me because I've never thought of The Rock as a terrible actor. But, I mean, I think that his focus changed. I mean, Ballers, I liked Ballers the first couple seasons. There were like 3 seasons, right? Or 4. I don't know. Once they started going to Las Vegas, I couldn't pay attention anymore. But it started off good. I didn't care about all that stuff. To me, it was just like he was trying to be a, what was he? He was like a money management guy or something. I don't even know what you call them. But yeah, he was helping players with their money management, and because he needed to manage his own money, and then he had like a bad back or something. I don't remember, but yeah, that show was okay in the beginning. Then it started to veer off, and it was going on too long. But so he can be a good person. He's talented. He can do things. But then there were all these movies that he was in that I was never gonna watch, because they were mindless ding-dong movies. Now, like I said, I happened to go see the Jumanji movie. He was awful in that. I was like, why is he awful now? But he's an affable guy. He was a friendly guy. He really pissed a lot of people off who don't like celebrities doing the politics thing when he decided to endorse a candidate. That was unnecessary, unless Hollywood is really becoming a place where you have to sign in blood that you will pledge allegiance to their narrative or get out or whatever happens to them, as some people would call it, some words that I'm not going to say but have a lot of I's in it and L's and U-A-A-N-T. So yeah, you don't want to believe crazy things like that, but the world's crazy and nothing is making sense. So last night I'm looking and I'm like, I think Henry Cavill's birthday is the 5th, isn't it? And yesterday was the 4th, and Twitter was saying that fans were celebrating his birthday. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's British. And then, but it was like at the top, and I was like, his popularity really has grown over the last couple of years, especially because of that Witcher thing, which I don't like at all. I think it's awful. This is what I'm saying. I kind of like the guy. I don't like the projects. The stuff he's in, even the Mission Impossible movie, I thought that was completely overrated. But I know a lot of that was people liked him in it. They liked that he reloaded his biceps or whatever. He did things that made people like him. He also has affable quality about him when he's like, when he comes on talk shows and stuff like that. He's quick-witted, he's smart, he's funny. So to have him be, just posing as a supermodel as Superman, which is what Zack Snyder did with him, I thought was a waste. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. There are a lot of good-looking people in this world. They shouldn't all be actors. This guy actually had some talent. So, and then I said to myself, when I was in that fan time, I was like, this guy could make a hell of a lot of money in rom-coms, or better yet, romance type movies, not silly rom-coms, like, I don't know, something where he's a real leading man, like the Clark Gable type, right? He hasn't been in any of those. And then I started saying, why isn't he in any of those? And having seen Man from U.N.C.L.E., I was like, this guy should be Bond. I mean, my choice for Bond, before I was thinking him, was Tom Hardy, because Tom Hardy's a great actor, and, I would really like a more surly Bond, because I don't think there's been one for a while. I mean, my favorite Bond is the one I grew up with, Roger Moore. I like George Lazenby. I even like Timothy Dalton. I like Daniel Craig outside of the Bond movies. I don't like what they've done with him as Bond. Pierce Brosnan was always too straight-laced for me. I think Bond should be, an action man, but he should be a ladies' man, the kind that kicks chicks to the curb. I know they want to move away from that because of whatever, but, the James Bond I liked was a skank, and I feel like people who play Bond should be a skank, and I never saw Pierce Brosnan that way, but I think this guy could play a skank, because like I said, he has that quality. I think when I was watching Mission Impossible, the commentary, Tom Cruise, or it had to be the commentary, Tom Cruise was talking about him. And Tom Cruise, anyway, he was talking about him and he called him a rake. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, Tom Cruise, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And he was saying how he was like that old kind of Hollywood. actor. And Tom Cruise, of all people, is going to know. Tom Cruise